get set to host the Owls of Temple. And with that, we welcome you in. Jordan Kent alongside Adam Brenneman. And Adam, UConn's been playing their best football of the year. They are running the ball like crazy against teams here at home. You've got Temple coming in trying to bounce back against a loss versus Army as we set the stage for this one.
This is a big game for both these programs. For UConn, so much excitement and momentum, but you can't read your own press clippings. Got to take care of business against Temple. For Temple, the season has not gone the way they wanted, but a win against UConn get the entire thing back on track.
It's that time of year where injuries start to pile up. You look at your backups. Both teams going with their backup quarterbacks. Now, both of these players have started at some point this year. Forrest Brock began the year as the starter for Temple. Joe Fignano started the second game of the season. And for Joe Fignano, he's got an ace of a target in Skylar Bell that he'll be trying to connect with. Bell coming off a 3-touchdown performance against Buffalo.
Man, Skylar Bell is an elite wide receiver. He could start at a bunch of Power 4 programs in college football. Watch him here. The field to know where the defense is, settle down his route in the zone, and then the Jets to take it to the end zone. Big time play by Bell. And then I love the catch in traffic here on the slant route. You know, Jordan, those aren't easy to catch. For 3 touchdowns, he's going to have a lot of chances today against Temple's defense.
As we said, UConn looking for their 4th straight home victory this season. Kickoff just around the corner.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now? Right now.
50% off, honey! Right now!
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Coming up next, there's more college football on CBS Sports Network with the Temple Owls taking on the UConn Huskies. And at 8, it's Mountain West mayhem between Hawaii and San Diego State. UConn, one of the surprises of college football in 2024, resurgent under head coach Jim Mora. 3-2. All right, you're not lighting the world on fire, but 3-2. That's the best start through 5 games in 12 years for the UConn Huskies, and taking on what you would say is a winnable game against the Temple Owls. That is coming up next. We're back in DeKalb, Illinois. Carter Blackburn with Luke Kuechly. All right, we had a wacky start to this game as both teams had a turnover and a touchdown in the first 3 minutes of the game. UMass led at the half, but then Northern Illinois takes over running the football in the second half.
Well, Thomas Hammocks talked about it. He said they went in at halftime. He said they might have gotten a little bit too cute, but then the offensive line said, hey, come lean on us. Their best offensive player got hurt. Say, hey, we'll take over. Same offensive lineman all year. Those front 5 guys have been together, and they leaned on those guys, and they made it happen.
So only 1 completed pass in the second half by the Northern Illinois Huskies, and yet they grind out this win 34-20 over UMass. Every possession of the second half for Northern Illinois resulted in a touchdown. You mentioned Ontario Brown goes down in the second quarter. So even without your leading rusher, 34 carries in the second half, 249 rushing yards in the second half. Williams goes for 120.
so well. And I'll tell you what, they did it in different ways. They ran gap scheme. They pulled both guards outside, both right and left. And then also what they did is Brock Lampy, just real physical, kicking guys out. They did it in multiple ways.
So the Huskies, after 2 close losses, bounce back with a 34-20 win. For Luke Kuechly and our entire crew, I'm Carter Blackburn. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Temple at UConn is coming up after the break. So long from DeKalb.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose: to get the job done right.
Old Trapper Beefs, camping catastrophes. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Self can securely report your positive rent payments to all 3 credit bureaus for free. Quicker than it takes your landlord.
It's a gorgeous autumn day in central Connecticut. Perfect conditions for football. Speaking of perfect, Skylar Bell, 3 reception touchdowns last week against Buffalo, first time since 1996. And then Hooter the Owl, hoping that this Temple offense can take flight on the road. It's college football on CBS Sports Network, built by the Home Depot. The UConn Huskies playing host to the Temple Owls, coming your way from Pratt & Whitney Stadium. With that, we welcome you in. Jordan Kent alongside my fellow 6'4 brethren, Adam Brenneman. And Adam, you look at this game, and UConn's been playing so well during the 6-game homestand. The offensive line has been dominant. They're running the ball really well. Temple on the other side, they feel like they really have a mismatch with the skill and size that they have at the receiver position.
This is a find out who you are game for both these programs. For UConn, they played really well this season. There's a ton of excitement around the program, but now they got injuries at quarterback, some issues to clean up. They got to play complementary football to get to that 3-game win streak. For Temple, things have not gone how they wanted, but they got talent on this Temple team, man. I'm telling you, there's NFL players on this roster. A win today against UConn on the road would do a lot for this program.
You mentioned injuries. It's that time of year, and for UConn, Nick Evers, their starting quarterback, out, but the backup, Joe Fagnano, will get the start, and these numbers back up the fact that they are not having much of a drop-off at all. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he'll have plenty of skill to work with. That leads us to our Do Project Smarter, brought to you by Home Depot. And Adam, pick a back, any back. They're going to get you yards on the ground for UConn.
UConn's averaging almost 250 yards a game on the ground. Jordan starts with Darrell Robinson, their big, physical, long running back. Then Mel Brown, the scat back, who can, look at that quick cut right there, make a guy miss every time he has the football. Cam Edwards, the true power back, maybe my favorite one of the bunch. He's the guy they'll use in short yardage.
Temple also going with a backup quarterback, Forrest Brock. He started the first 2 games of this season, and really for Forrest and these skill position players Temple has, they want to keep him on schedule and get the ball out to guys like Dante Wright in space.
If Temple's going to win this game, it's because Forrest Brock and Dante Wright have huge afternoons. Forrest Brock had some turnover problems, but the more he can throw the football to Dante Wright in space and allow Wright to make big plays after the catch, the better Temple's offense will be.
Head coach Stan Drayton for Temple in his 3rd season has coached some of the most elite backs in college football, including Ezekiel Elliott, trying to get that ground game going for Temple here this afternoon. And for Jim Mora in his 3rd season for UConn as well, coming off one of the best Septembers in nearly 10 seasons for the Huskies. For more on this UConn coaching staff, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Kiana Martin.
Hey guys, well, after former offensive coordinator Nick Charlton moved on to the Cleveland Browns, head coach Jim Mora said it was a no-brainer to promote then offensive line coach Gordon Samus, or Gordy as they like to call him, to that role. He said he has a great understanding and feel for the game. He said he's able to attack his opponents, create confusion in his matchups, and maximize the abilities of his players. And guys, he said it's been on full display as he was able to turn one of the weaknesses of this UConn team, that offensive line, to now its strength.
Thank you, Kiana, and it really has been averaging 245 yards per game on the ground. They completely controlled the line of scrimmage over the last 2 home games. And so Temple won the coin toss. They defer. UConn will receive. Maddox Trujillo, who kicked a 64-yard field goal earlier this season, a school record, will kick off. Jaden Brown back to receive for the Huskies with his heels nearly on the goal line. That'll sail out the end zone for a touchback. That'll give us a chance to get introduced to this UConn offense that has been clicking on all cylinders at home over the last couple of weeks. And we pointed out Joe Fignano, who started the second game of the season against Merrimack and tied a school record of 5 passing touchdowns held by Dan Orlovsky. There really is not much of a drop-off for this offense when he's on the field.
Fignano has every skill set you want in a quarterback. He's got a quick release. He's accurate. Now today, Jordan, he needs to take shots when the shots are there. Temple's going to load the box, try to stop the run. He's going to have to take advantage of those big play opportunities.
2 backs, Cam Edwards, Darrell Robinson, and the very first carry of the game goes to Edwards, and that is snuffed out. Allen Hay getting in the backfield for the tackle. And this UConn offense, it's a very experienced offensive line. Chase Lunt, that right tackle, a lot of NFL scouts here to see him. And then the skill position players, Skylar Bell, the transfer from Wisconsin. What else can you say?
Bell's the guy to watch on this UConn offense. He is a big-time player, can change the game when he has the ball, and has elite hands to catch the ball in traffic.
Edwards motions out, easy pitch and catch. Josiah Gathings breaks a tackle, and an early first down for the Huskies. 15 yards on the completion.
It's a beautiful throw by Fignano. Look how accurate this football is. He puts it in a place where Gathings is able to then run after the catch and break the tackle. Nice job by Gathings, pick up the first down.
Ben Osweke, the corner, couldn't bring him down. They go to the opposite side. Here's Sheffield. Sheffield, catch and run. UConn, they'll love to spread it out. 11 more yards there.
And I love how offensive coordinator Gordon Samus is going fast after the first down. They snap that ball after about 5 seconds from the previous play. And getting the ball in space here, just getting Fignano in a rhythm early in the game. 2 completions in a row to get your quarterback feeling confident.
Fignano, a lot of reps this season. He said started that entire second game, came in week 1 against Maryland as well too. Evers left that game early. This time he goes to the ground once more. Edwards, a wide open hole as that offensive line. A nice block by Wes Ho to clear the way.
Really nice cut here by Cam Edwards. Watch how Edwards reads this out. Then right there, boom, puts his foot in the ground, gets upfield.
2 tight ends in the game. They flip it to the outside. Gathings gets a really nice block on the perimeter. There's another first down for UConn after 9 yards. And that was Brett Buckman, number 10, with an excellent block.
Take a look at the Temple defense. There's a lot of talent on this Temple front 7. Latrell Jean, their defensive tackle. DeJuan Black, number 34, is a guy to watch as well, as we see Temple have some late substitutions.
Stack formation, left side of the field. Buckman and Gathings, 2 tight ends still on the field. I know you love that as a former tight end yourself.
The more the merrier.
Edwards, the handoff. Edwards fighting through the pile. Ben Osweke coming on the opposite side, holds him to just 3 yards. UConn offense at home has found the identity. Stretch run is what Gordon Samus said. You're going to see a lot of it, and he wants to protect that play.
This entire offense revolves around that outside zone stretch, and pretty soon here, they've run it a couple of times. I think we'll see UConn go to the play action off of it.
Mel Brown in the game, number 7, goes right through the middle. 5 yards, makes it a manageable third down coming up.
This is the position you want to be in if you're UConn. 3rd down and short, 3rd down and 2. Every play is available to Gordon Samus right here on his call sheet. You can run the football. You may be in 4-down territory where you're going for it on 4th and 1. Also could take a shot down the field here on 3rd and 2.
Does give you a lot of options. Sheffield, Gathings, stacking upon one another. Fignano instructs Gathings for a wider split. Bell comes down in short motion. It's a toss to Edwards. Edwards trying to get to the edge and sealed off nicely. And the drive continues with yet another first down.
Really nice job there blocking on the perimeter by Skylar Bell. He's the one that makes this play happen. Watch number 1 right there, Skylar Bell, still on the edge. Then 75 Lunt coming around as well, pulling from that tackle spot. Nice job by the offensive line, by the skilled players blocking for their running back.
Sometimes as a receiver, you just want to get in the way.
Yeah, now
you don't have to drive them back, just get in the way.
But now, Jordan, it's time to reward Skylar Bell here.
4th and 1, they were short. Looked to be a first down initially, now they're going to go for it. It's Edwards. Vignano motions Bell down. Edwards tripped up, and this is going to be close. He took a shot before he could get to the line of scrimmage, and Temple will go ahead and take possession after holding UConn at 4th and 1. DJ Woodbury was able to bury underneath the pile.
And watch Woodbury here, number 0, make the play happen, middle of the screen. Nice job by Woodbury reading this thing out, scraping off the block, and the Temple defensive line gets the job done on 4th down.
We were going to mention the fact that the red zone felt like where UConn could improve. We're going to step aside for a moment because Temple, the defense, flexing some early muscle.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose: to get the job done right.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camping catastrophes. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Self can securely report your positive rent payments to all 3 credit bureaus for free. Quicker than it takes your landlord to finally get around to fixing that leaky ceiling. Rebuild your credit score with positive payment history for free with Self.
All right, Tina, 6 is hard to beat.
Not for us.
Okay, not soccer, but
football.
Yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
Oh, we don't pass, Tina. Come on.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Today, with the support of the NFL, a new playbook is being written. The National Gay Flag Football League provides inclusive play for over 4,000 LGBTQ+ players and allies. Here is a home with no penalty for being you.
Tied at 0, but let's look at the 3rd down play for UConn because on this toss, it looks to be clearly a first down here, Adam.
Yeah, watch Cam Edwards here. He gets about a yard or 2 past the chain for the first down. Let's take a look at it right here. From our angle up here, from this angle right there, he's not out of bounds until he gets past the first down marker. That is a missed call. And then with the missed call, brings up a 4th down and short. UConn gets stopped.
So it's a turnover on downs that was ruled on the field. We didn't see any replay, folks. Come on out. The officials not going to take another look at this. So an early big-time play for the Temple defense, and that'll bring Forrest Brock onto the field. Started the first couple of games of the year for Temple. They want to keep him with some simple footwork.
The key for Forrest Brock is to just take care of the football. Can't turn it over. I expect offensive coordinator Danny Langsdorff to try to get Brock in a rhythm early in this game. Get him some quick throws on the perimeter and kind of use that passing game on the perimeter as their run game.
A lot of these receivers for Temple, speed, size, they want to spread it out. The coaching staff felt that they've got a big-time advantage in some one-on-one situations at that spot. But the drive begins at the 24-yard line. They flip it to the outside. It's Dante Wright. Wright trying to get to the edge. Chopped down, coming downhill. Malcolm Bell, an aggressive tackle. A loss of 2. This Temple offense, this offensive line, it's the 20th different starting lineup in the last 25 games, but then you continue to highlight Ashton Allen, the speedster, for the receivers position.
Allen's a big, tall wide receiver, 6'3", track star. I know you like that, Jordan. Can really run. They got to find a way to get in some shots down the field early in this game.
4 receivers out at the moment. They motion right in. Back-to-back plays, they get it to Wright. Wright trying to avoid 4 tacklers, twirls his way down. A lot of work for a 1-yard gain as Tui Famina Brown was the first one there.
Nice job here by Famina Brown, number 15, middle of the screen, running to the football, then chopping up in space, forcing that ball inside. You want, as the linebacker there, Famina Brown, you want that ball to go inside to where your teammates are.
3rd and 9, we've seen this defensive front for UConn show a lot of complexities pre-snap. They rush, and getting home is Jaden McDonald. I'm loving it.
Beautiful design here by defense coordinator Matt Brock. Watch McDonald right here shoot the gap. The defensive lineman stunt. McDonald comes right behind them. And the offensive line just isn't able to get to him. Then the best part, McDonald taking the quarterback to the ground on first contact. Big time play there by the linebacker, Jaden McDonald.
That was the challenge for offensive coordinator Danny Langsdorff, was recognizing the front and who's coming. They go 3 down linemen most of the time, does UConn, but they confuse them this time. Dante Alton, the punter for Temple. TJ Sheffield back to receive. Low flying kick. Sheffield has to avoid the grounder, and that'll take a Temple bounce. So not a lot of altitude, but plenty of distance. 59 yards. UConn will take over when we come back.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age.
It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Can you believe this? Doug Flutie and Frank Thomas. You guys look great. Once I turn 40...
Let me guess. Less energy? Less drive?
Definitely.
It's not your fault. It happens to every man. Testosterone levels drop as you age.
It happened to you guys?
Yep.
So what did you do?
We got Nugenix Total T.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text FIRM to 42424. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Tesnor, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels.
That does it. I gotta get Nugenix.
Just send a text for a complimentary bottle. And by the way, she'll like it too.
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text FIRM to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you lose fat and get lean absolutely free. That's FIRM to 42424.
Well, this is the 3rd game of an unheard of 6-game homestand for UConn, and they have been dominant at home this year. 3-0 record at Pratt & Whitney Stadium for the first time since 2010. And you look at their margin of victory, 41.4 points per game. And these games have been over before the second half, essentially. And then 95 points in the last 2 games, most in school history, versus FBS opponents. And a lot of it's been this run game, the stretch run, the multiple backs, the offensive line, as Kiana was telling us. Gordon Samus taking control of this offensive play calling and has now become a strength of this team. Second drive for UConn. Fignano fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, has to dump it off. It's Sheffield on the crossing route. Quickly tackled, though, as the coverage collapses. Elijah Derival making the stop after a 7-yard gain.
Nice job here by Fignano with a guy in his face throwing across his body to the crossing route. That's a big-time throw now. Wasn't long down the field, but just to be accurate with the guy in your face is impressive.
The handoff to Mel Brown, and this Temple defensive front early in this game, Adam, has done a really nice job of holding the line of scrimmage.
UConn's got to find a way here to get some first downs on first and second down, a couple explosive plays early on in this game.
Well, the mismatch, you see the UConn offense versus the Temple defense. The rush yards allowed for Temple. Now, credit, they have played 2 service academies, Navy and Army, that are going to get their rushing yards no matter what.
That skews the numbers a little bit. They're running the ball 40, 50 times a game.
UConn 11th in the country right now, just under 245 rush yards. Fignano, pocket collapsing, keeps the feet active. Gathings can't make the catch. And that'll bring up 4th down, so another missed opportunity on 3rd down. Jalen Lewis on the coverage.
Watch Jalen Lewis here, number 21 in the slot. It's actually the bottom of the screen. The other guys, great coverage there by those guys, but now Lewis with the pass breakup, getting those long arms in there between the receiver's hands. That's Lewis, who plays that nickel position, making a big play in coverage.
First punt of the game for Connor Stutz from Seattle, Washington. Dante Wright back to receive. No hang time. Wright bobbles it though. Able to get to the edge. Wright trying to change direction. Wright does. Special teams trying to pursue and able to track it down. The ball pops out and UConn is forced to fumble, and the Huskies look to have pounced on it. You have to wonder if his foot or knee was down before he coughed it up, and there's a flag that comes in late.
Let's take a look to see if he's down before the ball comes out. No, that's it. That's a fumble all the way. What a play there by John Nieder.
Yeah, the backup wide receiver.
Man, look how he gets the hand right on the football. That is exactly how you coach it up, to strip the ball out on those special teams plays. That is a big-time play.
Alfred Gia, the linebacker, is the one that jumped on it.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, receiving team number 85. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a fumble recovered by the kicking team. It'll be first down, UConn.
So a costly turnover for Temple. It felt like Wright was getting ready to pop a big play, but the pursuit of the special teams for UConn all of a sudden has the Huskies in prime real estate.
And for Dante right there, sometimes when you reverse field as the returner, a lot of chaos can happen, and that's when turnovers happen. A lot of work there to try to pick up 2-5 extra yards, and it results in the turnover.
So Cam Edwards will be the back. Joe Fignano in this offense. They've stalled the last 2 drives, but now knocking on the door of the red zone. Edwards, a couple of cuts, finds a hole. Edwards lunging forward, but a flag comes in. I have to suspect it might be holding here against the UConn offense.
Holding, offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's the center, Wes Ho, the transfer from Syracuse, and that'll back this Huskies offense up.
See Wes Ho, number 70, just went off the screen.
You saw Wes Ho try to get to that second level, kept the hands on there just a little bit too long, and maybe caused that second hole to open up for Cam Edwards.
Those outside zone plays are tough whenever the running back cuts. If you're losing your defender, the offensive line has to let go, or it'll be a holding call every time.
Makes it 1st and 20, bunch formation. Bell motions on the run. Fignano out to Bell. Bell catches it. And Bell drug out of bounds. And Bell is on the sideline, slow to get up. He crumbled awkwardly on that tackle. And immediately you see some of the training staff and members for UConn coming to his aid, because that was certainly a bit of an awkward tackle. And Bell clearly in some discomfort right now on the sideline.
Nice play here for UConn and a good throw. Bell makes a nice play catching the football. Just gets tangled up there out of bounds, gets slippery on that sideline there. And hope Bell's okay. He's such a great player for this UConn team.
It's that left leg that did not completely get underneath him. And Andreas Keaton was making the tackle, so we'll try to give you an update on Bell whenever we can, but obviously that would be a huge loss for UConn. The carry and this defensive line for Temple came to play today as they continue to bust through, no gain.
Good play there by Trey Thomas, their defensive end. So we see Skylar Bell still hobbling around. Watch Trey Thomas, number 3, come up the field here, come to the screen right there. Nice play by Thomas, and now puts UConn's offense in this 3rd down and long, and this is where these pass rushers for Temple can really tee off. Trey Thomas, DeJuan Black, they have to get to the quarterback in this situation.
Cam Edwards will be the back. 3 receivers, all on the right-hand side of the formation. Sheffield comes down. Fignano quickly pursued. Fignano wrapped up, just has to chuck it. And DeJuan Black, in just his 2nd game back in the lineup, already a force to be reckoned with.
And watch DeJuan Black right here. He's going to come upfield, then do an under move at the defensive end spot. Show the tackle like he's going upfield. Then right there, boom, comes underneath, gets to the quarterback. That's a special player with great instincts and athleticism to get to the quarterback.
So Chris Freeman will step out for the field goal. Freeman is 6 for 9 on the season with a long of 39. This is from 43 yards. This would be a new season long. Freeman's kick right through the middle. So Freeman now has made his last 7 field goals after missing his first 3 to start the season. He puts UConn on the board. They lead 3-0.
USAA for the military community and their families.
Cut. Sam, I really need to feel that USAA service. Gronkier.
Gronkier. USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. You? I wouldn't get your hopes up, son. USAA. Are you eligible?
Pro-level performance at work and at home. Right now, save $50 on the BGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Look, she's just sitting here building her credit by... I forgot you were here. Self gives you credit for the rent you were going to pay anyways, and reports it to the credit bureaus within 72 hours. Free credit building for renters with Self.
Old Trapper Beefs. Tough snacks.
Out here, you gotta be tough. My truck, my crew, they're tough. Old Trapper taught me the value of tenderness.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
I'm not alone on this mountain. I've got friends, family, and teammates. Got some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. By Ram Trucks, built to serve. And by Geico. Whatever you need, get more with Geico.
UConn gets a field goal. They lead 3-0, 6:25 left here in the first quarter. Just a beautiful scene of Central Connecticut, as we said. And Chris Freeman here set to kick. Terez Worthy and Joquez Smith back to receive for Temple. And Adam, you have to give a lot of credit to this Temple defensive front, the way they've been able to really stymie this offensive line that has had their way at home here the last couple of games.
And after that stop there, UConn gets the turnover on the punt, then to hold them to a field goal there is huge for Temple.
Let's go ahead and check out your keys to the game here. Adam, what are you looking at?
Number 1, feed Dante Wright for Temple. Temple's going to struggle to run the football like they have all season, so use Dante Wright, your star receiver, on the perimeter as an extension of the run game. For UConn, have to win the turnover battle. They came into today, -3 in the turnover battle. The way they lose this game is if they turn the football over. Got to protect the rock.
Antoine Littleton is the back for Temple. They go with 4 receivers. Just the second drive of this game. First drive, they did 2 passes to the outside to right. Forrest Brock out of the shotgun. He'll keep it himself. Brock gets a nice block from right. Tries to slide. And a bit of a slide into a knee. And either way, they roll him down after 3 yards.
Forrest Brock, not the most athletic quarterback, but he'll keep it himself a little bit. And he tries to slide, and I'm not quite sure. Is that a slide? I'm not sure what we call that. A hop down, hop up?
Looks like a slip.
Yeah, a slip. I like that.
That's how you catch yourself if you're tripping at some point. Got to play it off cool.
The important thing is he avoided any contact or any hit. That's the good part.
And that's really the key for both these quarterbacks, because now with your second string, you don't want to have to go deeper down that depth chart. Second down, Brock rolling to his left. Throws, he tries to go back shoulder. A little bit of a miscommunication on the timing, and that brings up third down. He's trying to go to Landon Morris. So this UConn defense, as we check them out, so the defensive front, Jack Barton back in that starting lineup, but you really like Langston Hardy, number 19.
Yeah, Hardy's a special player, man. At that edge position, plays the Sam linebacker spot, will be moved around all over the field. Kind of a Swiss Army knife for this UConn defense. And in these spots, third down and medium to long, he's going to try to get to the quarterback. Watch Hardy right here, number 19, try to get home.
UConn defense 9th in the nation on third down, allowing just 26%. Brock fumbles the snap. Brock just has to improvise, sails it out of bounds. And coming right through the middle was Dalmont Gordine.
Jordan, one of the things that this defense does for UConn is show so many different looks and confuses the quarterback. UConn showed pressure here, looked like they were going to bring a blitz, then dropped everyone off. The fumbled snap played a part there, but great job getting a stop by UConn's defense.
Dante Atten set to punt. TJ Sheffield setting up shop at the 35-yard line. A little bit more hang time, nearly blocked. Sheffield will call for the fair catch. His own man runs into him, but nobody touched the ball yet. And that is finally picked up by Temple, and they're going to rule that at the 17-yard line. So a lot of excitement on special teams so far. We're going to step aside. The UConn offense will take the field when we come back.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, huh?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
I've got a joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Deep down in my heart. It's down in my heart. I've got a joy, 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 joy down in my heart. It's down in my heart today. I've got the grandest, greatest feeling. This feeling's really here to stay. And it's a joy that needs revealing. So I just want to say,
Personalized financial advice from Ameriprise can do more than help you reach your goals.
We can make this work.
It can help you reach them with confidence. No wonder more than 9 out of 10 of our clients are likely to recommend us. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
On a Longing, Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with 0 sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
UConn leads 3-0. They take over after the punt, but it's worth taking one more look at, Adam, because this ball might have skipped off the helmet of a UConn player.
Yeah, watch the ball change rotation right there. See, I think it hit the UConn player's helmet, then Temple recovered. Jordan, from this angle, that should have been a fumble.
And
see how the ball shifted there a little bit, the rotation.
And that would put Temple right in prime position.
In the red zone.
It's almost like basketball where they look for the rotation of the ball off a finger in late game situations. But UConn will gladly play on. They go to the ground, and it's Darrell Robinson having to fight for some yards, picks up 5.
I want to see how quickly UConn gets to the down the field passing game on this drive. They're running the ball pretty well, 72 yards of offense so far. At some point here, got to take a shot down the field with Fignano and let him truly open it up.
Remember, Skylar Bell took an awkward tackle out of bounds. Their leading receiver had 3 touchdowns last week, still out of the game at the moment. Fignano, play action. Fignano trying to go over the top. Sheffield, remarkable catch in the sun with the defender on him.
And what a catch by Sheffield. Watch him track this football in the air with the defender tugging on him. Great job tracking it, using the hands for the first down. Nice play by Sheffield.
31 yards, and Gordon Samus, a Yankees fan, probably reminds him of another Sheffield that was in the outfield. Here's Robinson trying to get to the outside, and already just a flock of owls surrounding him. There's Skylar Bell putting his helmet back on the sidelines, and anytime you're getting ready to put the gloves on as well, too, that's a really good sign.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to go back in, and this UConn offense is going to need him. He's their big play threat down the field. They'll get the ball to him on the perimeter.
For more, let's send it down to Kiana.
Hey guys, head coach Jim Moore checked in that medical tent twice to see him check in on his wide receiver since he's been running up and down on the sidelines, put his helmet on and gave a thumbs up to the crowd, potentially some people that he knows, to let him know he's all right.
Thank you, Kiana. Edwards stopped short. So we're seeing this Temple defensive line, especially on a lot of these runs that go right up in the middle, do a good job of plugging up these holes here out.
Another great play there by DeJuan Black, their defensive end, who's been hurt earlier this season. Now they got him back, and Temple feels like their defensive line is much better when Black is in there.
Bell trots back onto the field. 3rd and 9. Is this 2-down territory based upon how well they've been moving the ball?
It should be. So there's a go number right now that the offensive coordinator knows. If they get the 4th down and 3, 2 or 1, they're probably going to go for this.
Bell at the top of the screen. Fignano wants to test the leg. They go to Bell. It skips off his hands and his helmet falls off. So now a decision on 4th and 9. Torrey Richardson with the excellent coverage.
It's a throw that I'd like to see Fignano put some air on this and allow Bell to go up and make a play. He rifled that ball in there right on the line. Didn't give Bell many options when going up to make the catch.
So Stutz will come out to punt. Dante Wright back to receive, who had the fumble last time. High end over end punt. Wright calls for the fair catch. He'll establish himself at the 12-yard line after the 34-yard punt. Well, tomorrow morning at 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network, kick off your Sunday fun day with that other pregame show as our Tops team gets you ready for the whole slate of NFL action. This Temple offense has only scored a total of 3 points in the first quarter this year. Yeah. 3:04 left here in this quarter, but we saw the yardage, -5 yards. It's a matter of them trying to get the ball out to their playmakers, as they said.
I expect Temple to do some creative things here on offense. If they get a first down here on this drive, I would expect some trickery, some fake play, some kind of gadget play in their system.
Worthy gets the carry. Worthy delivers a hit in the second level. Grayson Maines, the center, opening things up. 12 yards on the carry.
Nice run by Worthy there. Listen into this contact.
Football is a collision sport. They go to right on the screen, right, diving forward, picks up a yard. There's Javon Banks coming out to stop him.
There's a quick throw to the perimeter right there by Brock, which is the extension of the run game. The more that Temple can get the ball in space and let their playmakers run, the harder it's going to be for UConn to tackle in space, which they've struggled with all season long.
And Matt Brock, his defense holding teams just over 11 points per game at home this season. 2nd and 9 for Temple. Forrest Brock wants to go deep down the field, right, leaping up for the catch. Finally knocked out of bounds, but a huge gain of 22 as the Owls move the chains.
Beautiful throw by Forrest Brock, and watch this catch by Wright. Away from his body, goes up and gets it. Nice route, clearing the linebackers. That's a perfectly executed crossing route by the quarterback and wide receiver.
We love the number of touches they're given to Wright early in this one.
Love it. He needs to have 12, 15 touches in this game if Temple's going to win.
Mass shift pre-snap for Temple. The handoff again, cutting and showing the footwork is Worthy. Seems to have really nice vision for those holes.
He's got great vision. Worthy's got that kind of scat back, quick ability to stick his foot in there and then get upfield and get those extra yards. There was contact on that play. Near the line of scrimmage, he found a way to pick up a few more yards.
And Temple is winning on 1st and 2nd down. These are nice gains that give them a lot of options here.
A ton of options. On 2nd and short to medium, you can call anything right here. And I said it, Jordan, I expect Temple to take a shot down the field here pretty soon.
Empty formation. Worthy moves out of the slot. Worthy. And Brock keeps it himself, and that is quickly snuffed out. Jack Barton. A loss of 1 for Temple.
Watch how this UConn defense rallies to the football.
Worthy didn't have the football. It was Forrest Brock.
That faked us out up here.
I was about to say, that's how you know it's a good fake. Anytime you can get some of these seasoned camera operators. So 3rd and 4. Worthy motions out. 3 receivers to the right. They flip it to Worthy. Worthy quickly met and stopped short of the chains. Langston Hardy. And a gain of 1.
Langston Hardy does it all. Watch number 19, left side of the screen there, drop from his defensive end spot, read that play out the entire way. We've seen Hardy get after the quarterback. Now we've seen him drop in coverage. Really impressive.
That's the end of the first quarter. UConn leads. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, built by the Home Depot.
Wakey, it's Sunday Morning Football. Watch live as Justin Jefferson leads the Vikings against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Jets-Vikings, Sunday at 9:30, only on NFL Network.
Right here in America, Kubota is turning ingenuity into equipment. It's a lineup built to serve the thousands of communities we're a part of. By turning fields into farms, dirt into subdivisions, land into legacies. In here, we build equipment the right way, so you can build a better life out there.
Whoa, now that's a smooth shave. You might think these guys had to pay top dollar for a shave that smooth, but they just used Harry's. With 5 blades that stay sharp, shave after shave, a lubricating strip with aloe, a flex hinge, and a trimmer blade, it's hard to believe refills start at just $2, half of what the other guys charge. Shaving with Harry's isn't pricey. It's just very, very, very smooth. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/smooth.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Look like there's a flag.
Mike,
I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Nugenix Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gives me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Nugenix?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Fleeting talk about it? Men over 40, get Nugenix Total T and get back on your game.
Tell them to send a text. Send a text.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text ICE to 42424. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Tesno, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Hey, Ralph, aren't you forgetting something?
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text ICE to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
3-0 UConn leads moments ago. Kiana caught up with Jim Mora.
Coach, coming into this one, you talked a lot about red zone offense. What do you want to see from your team going forward?
Well, we need to finish. You know, we didn't convert that fourth down, and then we got the turnover and only got a field goal out of it. And we need sevens. You know, we're moving the ball okay, but we need to get sevens.
And what do you want to see more from your defense?
I mean, the first two series were good, and then this one, you know, we'll see. It's 4th and 4. I'll tell you after this play, but I want to get stops and I want to get takeaways.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Kiana. So Temple will decide to punt. It would have been a 64-yard field goal, which is the season long for Maddox Trujillo, but Dante Atten instead will try to pin UConn deep in their own territory, and the fair catch made by Sheffield, and a lot of traffic, 37 yards on that punt. And Temple's defense, coming on the road in this stadium, has really stood tall here so far.
The strength of this Temple team is their front seven. They got a big stop here on 4th down to get the ball back. Made a couple plays in the backfield. Their defensive line, their linebackers are running to the football. DJ Woodbury, Taekwon King. Done a nice job stopping the run when they needed to in this game so far, holding UConn to 3 points so far. And UConn's offense has been really good so far this season.
This defensive front has 3 players wearing single digits, and those are prime numbers for members of this Temple team. They're voted upon by the players as leaders of this unit. As the handoff to Brown, he gets chopped down after a gain of about 4. Jalen Lewis coming in on the stop. But those single digits, those are special. And the fact that the defensive line has 3 players wearing them shows you the strength.
Yeah, you think about guys like Trey Thomas, like DeJuan Black on that defensive line, DJ Woodbury at linebacker. These are NFL-type players that will get training camp invites or may even get drafted late in the draft. They have some real talent on this front seven, and UConn's going to have to find a way to block these guys and stay out of 3rd down and long.
Fignano, 3 receivers to the far side of the field, has time in the pocket. Fignano sets up. Bell trying to get behind the defense. Just a little too tall for Bell. You wonder where his speed is at after that awkward tackle as well.
You'd much rather have a underthrow there than an overthrow for Fignano. At least give Bell a chance to go up and try to make a play on this football. If that thing's not as overthrown, maybe Bell can put his foot down there and jump up and get it.
Jamel Johnson, Andreas Keaton in on the coverage, and so now it's 3rd and 6, and we've seen from this Temple defense, they want to dial up the pressure in these situations.
Yeah, they got guys that get after the quarterback. DeJuan Black right here, bottom of the screen. This is where he gets a chance to really get after Fignano.
Edwards, the back, Sheffield in motion. Fignano has time. Fignano has some space, but a flag comes in. This most likely is going to come back as Fignano didn't feel much heat there.
Fignano showing some wheels down the sideline, though. I didn't know he had that in him. Some athleticism.
Holding, offense, number 75. Have the distance to the goal, 3rd down.
That's Chase Lunt, the right tackle, called for the hold. And as you said, the athleticism of Fignano. When you talk about a backup quarterback, as you see the wheels on display here, he gives them a lot that they can do, nearly 85% of their offense.
Yeah, Chase Lunt right there, 75, gets called for the hold against DeJuan Black. DeJuan Black didn't get the sack there, but that should show up in the stat sheet because he forced the holding call by making a good move, and Chase Lunt had no choice but to hold DeJuan Black.
Second holding call on this offensive line makes it 3rd and 13 from their own 7. 4-down lineman for Temple. They rush for Fignano, trying to roll out. Fignano just going to hang on to it, and great coverage. DJ Woodbury was able to chase him out of the pocket.
The great coverage by the secondary for Temple. Watch the defense here. Linebackers dropping. Really nice job right here, dropping into the flat to take away that throw. We got a receiver out of bounds. Not a great job by the UConn receivers, but this Temple defensive line is able to get to the quarterback with only 4 rushers, which allows the secondary to have good coverage.
Connor Stutz to punt again. Dante Wright. Another chance for him to touch the football. Catches it near the sideline. Momentum carries him out of bounds. The 36-yard line. 54 yards on the punt. Temple will take over. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, built by the Home Depot.
Right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast, fair claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap.
Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer.
Try getting on a first name basis.
Sure. Vicky.
To track your status, just click. Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone.
Ooh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll. Ouch! Oh, I'm cramping.
Yeah, we've all been there.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
You didn't learn to build your credit in school, but you did learn this. Let Self help you navigate your financial journey and build your credit with free rent reporting, a credit builder account, a secured credit card, and more. We can't change the past, but the future looks a little brighter. Start building your credit today with Self.
When the sawdust settles and the engine roars, the thing you care about is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels different. Your wallet. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
You want to be like me? Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Almonds. Every day. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age.
It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
CBS Sports celebrates Hispanic and Latinx pioneers of change and recognizes the history, cultures, traditions, and impact of these communities during Hispanic Heritage Month. And for more on that, here's Kiana.
Hey guys, UConn right tackle Diego Barajas, Temples, grew up in Northern California playing soccer, but always had an affinity for football. He was raised a 49ers fan, but remembers watching his team on Sundays when he was in the 2nd grade. It wasn't until his freshman year his mother finally let him actually play the sport, and never playing a single down made the freshman team given his size. Quickly moved to JV, and then his varsity team went to the playoffs. The freshman found him inserted in the varsity lineup. Says his goal is to make it to the NFL and represent his heritage.
Thank you, Kiana. He gets the start at right tackle. This is Worthy that shakes a couple of defenders, and Worthy now with some really nice runs so far. And that was the backup to the backup, Tyler Douglas, number 14, with the handoff. 18 yards on the gain here, Adam.
Man, what a run by Worthy. Watch him run his feet through contact here. The tackle attempt by Woodbury, but just runs his feet, stays up. Great balance as Temple plays fast.
Temple goes to the ground again. Worthy, take your pick who made the tackle with the UConn defense.
Yeah, looked like he was up. Nice play there by Worthy. And now, Jordan, this is the area where I'd like to see Temple take a shot down the field. Get Dante Wright the football, your star wide receiver. Got to find a way to get points on this drive.
Forrest Brock back in the game after those 2 plays for Tyler Douglas. Antoine Littleton the back. Brock rolling to his left. Brock trying to look downfield. The coverage was tight. Has to scamper out of bounds for a handful of yards. Ronte Jones on the pursuit for UConn brings up 3rd down.
Temple wanted the shot down the field, but great coverage right here by number 3. Really good job. Brinson, the nickel back to cover up Dante Wright. Brock has nowhere to go, and a nice job by Brock, not trying to force the football. Don't turn it over. That's a learning curve for him, and now gives your offense a chance on 3rd down.
Neither team's converted a third down today. Eventually, it'll happen, you figure, and Temple would love for it to be right now at 3rd and 8. James Della Pesca, the tight end, shifts side of the formation. Brock trying to go top shelf and throws it behind Ashton Allen. Jordan Wright was running in the lane next to the track star.
It's a situation where Ashton Allen was open, had his step. Forrest Brock has to give Allen a chance on this throw. He overthrows it. You got to give your guy a chance and let that big, tall receiver go up and get the football.
Situation where Forrest missed the trees this time.
That's good, man. That was good.
I'm a dad. I can't help myself. 4th and 8. Clear punting situation now for Dante Atten. Did a nice job of pinning UConn back on the last punt. TJ Sheffield set to return. Hasn't really had much of an opportunity to bring one back. He'll fair catch it again, and this time it lands at the 12-yard line. 33 yards on the punt. UConn takes over when we come back.
Built for the guy who has everything and needs to tow it. The Tow and Stow is equipped with multiple ball sizes and adjusts in 1-inch increments to the height of your trailer for level towing. Best of all, it stows when you aren't using it, away from your shins and garage door. Machined from American steel with a 2-stage finish, the Tow and Stow is the last hitch you'll ever need.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56. I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Look like there's a flag.
Mike, I can't keep up with you. You're racing around like you're 10 years younger. How do you stay in such great shape?
Eugenics Total T, Ed, helps me stay leaner, stronger, and gives me back to the energy and stamina I had when I was younger.
How'd you hear about Eugenics?
You kidding? You haven't seen Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie talk about it? Men over 40, get Eugenics Total T and get back on your game.
Tell him to send a text. Send a text.
To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text ICE to 42424. This unique man-boosting formula is powered by Tesno, a key ingredient clinically researched to help increase testosterone levels so you can trim up and stay lean.
Hey, Ralph, aren't you forgetting something?
Get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix now. Text ICE to 42424. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever. Absolutely free.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. And by Rogue. Don't weaken.
Temple head coach Stan Drayton, 2-time national champion, once with Florida, once with Ohio State, brings that pedigree to Temple, and so far this defense has been playing at a championship level.
They got talent on this Temple defense. Stan Drayton's done a nice job building this program, and he can tell his guys, I've seen it at the highest level and coached some really good guys. I know what it looks like.
Fignano off target, Gavings couldn't get across the face of the defender. That was Jamel Johnson with the excellent coverage. So this UConn offense, yards per rush the last 2 games, 6.1. Today, just 2.3. And you feel like they've really neutralized that outside stretch.
Yeah, UConn's entire offense revolves around that outside zone play, but on outside zone, you got to get the edge. And Temple's best players are their edge defenders, Trey Thomas and DeJuan Black, who have stopped that play today.
UConn without their starting quarterback and their top receiver, Mel Brown. DJ Woodbury coming downhill, a loss of 4, and they have just had a beat on anything going to the outside.
Watch Stewart up here make the play, sheds the block, gets in the backfield. Cameron Stewart is the backup defensive end of DeJuan Black and still has athleticism to make a play, and he's down on the field right now.
Yeah, the transfer from Rutgers, you see, holding that left knee area. So on 3rd and 14 for UConn, we'll take a quick little break.
Lights, camera, football,
Break down this week's show-stopping moments from the gridiron with the Inside College Football Team on CBS Sports Network.
With Harry's, you get a smooth shave at a great price because you get all of this for as low as $2 per refill, half of what the other guys charge. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/smooth.
At Mizuho Americas, we know this course, and this one, and this one, and definitely this one. We know them well because we're experts in banking and global markets. Mizuho Americas, a name worth knowing.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MS250 gas-powered chainsaw. Real steel. Find yours.
You want to be like me? Well, you can't, because there's only one brand. But you can recover like me. Almonds, every day. They can help you recover from exercise to keep you prime. You want to stay prime, right?
Check out Mahomes scrambling into T-Mobile to get the new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding it up like a baby lion. Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
Show them what we got, don't turn away. Call it what it is, as clear as day. Be in the moment, beautiful days.
History has been written here in this stadium.
How was it?
Perfect. Don't make us wait.
Good to see Cameron Stewart walking off to the sideline underneath his own power. Made that tackle to make it 3rd and 14. The junior from Shillington, Pennsylvania. And right now, the Temple defense has had their way, and a win today would be monumental. They've lost 16 straight games on the road, but they continue to show that toughness, spelled T-U-F-F, started by John Chaney, the famous basketball coach at Temple. It's a mentality that they have, especially being right in the heart of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Temple's got to not make mistakes in this game. They're right here in it. Now, big 3rd down at 14. They got to get a stop here.
Edwards is the back. Sheffield, little roundabout motion, catches the screen, but busting that up is DJ Woodbury, who shakes the blocker. And the UConn offense stalls again. Just a gain of 1. And Connor Stutz will come out to punt. It's been a busy afternoon for him already.
Nice play by Woodbury, tracking this ball down. Here he is. He's going to see the screen the entire way. See the ball going to the boundary, reads all the way, sheds the block, makes a tackle in space. That's a high-level play by the linebacker, DJ Woodbury, to force the 4th down.
That's a tough matchup. Wide receiver blocking one of their best linebackers.
Not going to win that many times.
I say that as someone that has lost that battle plenty of times.
You feel for him.
And the punt is blocked in the end zone, and diving on it for the touchdown is Temple. And just like that, they turn the tide of this game. John Adams coming up with
it. Exactly the play that Temple needed. Make a big special teams play. Watch 23 here coming left side of the screen. That's Santiago making the block right there. Nice job getting to the punt with the hands up and then jumping on the ball in the end zone. And Temple takes the lead on the special teams play.
Owls are predators, and they went hunting on that punt and completely seized control and momentum of this game. Maddox, Trujillo set for the extra point, but this crowd stunned and silenced at the moment. Chip shot is good. So Temple with a 7-3 lead. It has been an exciting evening of special teams, and Temple getting 6 from the block punt and the scoop.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with the Kubota lineup. Versatile Sidekick utility vehicles. The #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience. Professional grade mowers for a professional cut. It's equipment built with one purpose, to get the job done right.
Temple jumps out to a 7-3 lead. They block the punt, and everything just coming together for Temple. They pin UConn back. They hold them to essentially no yardage on the drive, a 3-and-out that forces the punt deep in their own territory, and a block punt that lands right in the end zone. So Temple will kick off. Jaden Brown back to receive for UConn. And this has looked completely unlike anything we've seen from UConn the last couple of weeks. We've covered them as far as their offense being stalled. They find themselves down here in the second quarter, and that kick will sail out of the end zone. So one more look at this here, Adam, because this was broken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Santiago's going to be right here. He's going to get a great lead here on the block. Good get off the line of scrimmage. This is all about your get off, almost like you're running track. You got to have a good sprint, a good start. He gets right through the offensive line and then getting the hands on the football. That's a drill that they do in practice to make sure when you come free, the timing of when you actually put your hands up to block the ball, perfectly executed by Santiago, and then John Adams to have the heads up to jump on the ball in the end zone for the huge play for Temple.
You get the sense this is a critical drive for UConn. They've got to do something just to build a little momentum. They've been stopped here, and that's the last blocked punt return for a touchdown since September 8th of 2018. Robinson gets the carry and a 2-yard gain. Not much, though, happening on the ground for UConn.
Jordan, I want to see UConn at some point here to get the run game back, start running the ball inside the tackles. This stretch play is not working today because of these edge defenders for Temple. So run the ball up inside on those inside zone plays behind your center and guards.
It was Woodbury on yet another tackle. He's really disrupted everything going to that left side here. Edwards this time the back. Edwards wrestled down by Trey Thomas. A little extracurricular as Bell was getting into it with Torrey Richardson. And this is what happens. The moxie starts to generate for Temple. They build the lead. They're going toe-to-toe, and there comes the belief.
It's all about momentum. Football is a game of momentum, as you know, Jordan. Once you have momentum, you got to do everything you can to keep it. And right now, UConn has to find a way to get momentum back. It's 3rd down and 6. A conversion here would be huge for UConn's momentum, and they'd love to go to TJ Sheffield, their wide receiver, right here in these option route situations on 3rd and medium.
UConn 46.5% on 3rd down coming into it. Sheffield, as you called it, partner loses the ball after the hit. It's a scrum to try and hop on it. Jalen Lewis and DJ Woodbury. Feels like we keep saying Woodbury's name every time. Question is, did he catch and make a football move before it came out? Who claimed the football? Looks like UConn was able to pounce on it in time.
It looked like Sheffield called it, made the football move, and then fumbled. But those are the mistakes. Sheffield picks up the 1st down here, then the fumble puts it behind the stick. See, right there, he's got a 1st down. Now he fumbles. Looks like he was up from this angle. Ends up being 4th down and short, and UConn has to punt.
You could argue it takes the Temple bounce.
Exactly.
On the fumble, and taking a look at the sideline, Cameron Stewart walking back to the tunnel. The punt coming from Stutz. It's Wright that loses track of it, and that's going to bounce into the end zone. And so Wright, unable to track it, able to get bailed out by the roll. So a couple of Temple bounces, 66 yards on the punt into the end zone. Now let's take a look at the AP Top 10 powered by Ram Trucks. Then let's go ahead and check out our alma maters here.
Penn State with a big win against UCLA today, Jordan. You love to see that. And Oregon, your Oregon Ducks dominating last night against Michigan State.
I fell asleep in the second half, I'm going to be honest.
How about this game right here? CBS, Ohio State, Iowa. Find out if Ohio State's for real. Toughest defense they've faced so far this season. How does Will Howard play? Iowa's up 7-0.
And Alabama trailing Vanderbilt 6-0. A lot of time still left in that game, but you get to some really saucy matchups next week. And so Tyler Douglas back in the game at quarterback for Temple. Empty backfield. And they motion Worthy. Douglas going to keep it, and Douglas cycloning forward. 3-yard gain for him. Langston Hardy making the tackle. Douglas, the redshirt freshman from Oakhurst, New Jersey, seems to be a little package where they clearly want to run him because they can afford if he takes a shot. You can't let Forrest Brock get hurt, though.
Douglas has some athleticism, can run the ball in space, also with the ability to lower his shoulder. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, a physical-type quarterback.
Worthy continues to be the primary back. They fake the reverse, and it's kept this time. A flag comes in, though, as Douglas trying to fight his way forward. Damon Brinson and Malik Dixon-Williams in on the tackle.
Holding, offense, number 8, 10-yard penalty, second down.
It's the tight end, James Della Pesca. Tight ends aren't supposed to hold.
Tight ends don't block. Watch number 8 right here, James Della Pesca. On the reverse play, he's going to get his hands outside his body a little bit. See right there, that right arm, got to let go if you're Della Pesca. Jordan, I'll never forget my first play, my first start in my career. I got called for a holding play on a 35-yard gain. Bill O'Brien absolutely ripped me as I ran off the field. I didn't play the rest of the game. I almost teared up on the sideline.
Did you play the next game, though?
Yes, the next game I played.
Forrest Brock, we said initially got the start, and then we saw the sub come in. Brock this time, pocket collapsing, has to escape. Tackled from behind, Langston Hardy, who else? And Dalmont Gordine with the pressure. 2-yard gain brings up third and very long.
Beautiful job by the defensive line of UConn getting to the quarterback and then forcing Brock to step up where then the linebackers are, where Brown is, and brings him a huge 3rd down and 15. And this is where UConn loves to show pressure, different looks, use those walked up linebackers, those 3 safeties to confuse the quarterback.
Crowd starting to come back alive here. They sense an opportunity for this UConn defense. A lot of movement on their defensive front. Hardy trying to get set. McDonald shouting directions. Brock whips it to the outside. That defense certainly bends and does not break. A huge hit delivered. Damon Brinson and McDonald. 10 yards on the gain, but short of the sticks.
Man, I love how Brinson runs to the football on this play. Watch number 3 right here. Trigger on this football. As soon as he sees it, shooting out of a missile, making the big tackle to force the 4th down. Brinson is a great player at that nickel free safety position for this UConn defense. Moves all over the field, is always near the football.
Well, the stars of today's show, the punters, once again take center stage. Dante Atten. Legs should be plenty warm at this point. TJ Sheffield back to receive, and a sidewinding spin to the ball, and that is going to slowly roll to the 41-yard line. So some good field positioning for UConn after the 34-yard punt. And this UConn offense in year 3 underneath Jim Mora, it's really been the offense that's taken a huge leap this season, especially the running game, but overall has taken a step forward.
Mora's done a great job building this program in his few years at UConn. There's a lot of excitement around this program right now, Jordan. We were out in Hartford last night going to dinner. People are excited about UConn football. I mean, you're becoming the voice of the Huskies. I mean, what, the 3rd game in a row for you at UConn?
We'll call it unofficial. Well, listen.
I'm walking around downtown Hartford. Everyone knows who you are. It's
anytime
amazing.
we come here, we got to stop by Frank Pepe's.
Frank
Our
Pepe's,
man Cedric took care of us once again. They're celebrating 100 years now, and I can guarantee my family and my generations of children will enjoy it for 100 more years. Vignano tried to go deep, tries to dump it off to Edwards. Edwards can't handle it. Latrell Jean, part of this defensive front for Temple that again has won the line of scrimmage here.
Latrell Jean makes a really nice play here at defensive tackle, shedding his block, getting to the quarterback and forcing Vignano to throw that football away.
And you faced athletic defensive fronts. What's the challenge with the athleticism versus just a sheerly large front?
Yeah, it's the combination, Jordan, of the long arms that these guys have, the big body types, and the quickness and the speed, because you can't overpower them, but you also aren't as athletic as they are.
Go to the ground again. Edwards finds a nice little seam to cut up. Finally chopped down by Tyquan King. 6-yard gain sets up a manageable 3rd down. So Everett Withers, the defensive coordinator, is up in the booth, has 35 years of coaching experience in his 2nd season. 35 years, you've seen it all at that point.
Yeah, former head coach at James Madison and Texas State. Having a former head coach on your staff for Stan Drayton is important because you have someone to bounce things off of, and his defense has played really well this afternoon.
Skylar Bell in the game, short side of the field. It's been a quiet afternoon for him. Close to a jump. They want to go to Bell. Bell back shoulder, makes the catch, keeps the feet in bounds. However, the coaching staff for Temple says no. Finally ruled out of bounds. Ben Osweke on the coverage, and there's a conference happening because there was a play like this last week right at this spot, and a flag comes in also.
Jordan, from up here, it looked like he was out of bounds from this angle.
You've got younger eyes than me, so I'm going to trust you.
What a catch by Bell, adjusting to the football there.
We'll certainly have to see a replay here. You've got a white shoe, a white sideline.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Offside, defense, number 34. 5-yard penalty results in the first down.
So pass is incomplete. Bell was out of bounds. DeJuan Black jumped offsides. It was a late flag. But one more look here.
Let's see where the foot is. Yeah, good call by the official. Has the ball, steps right on that white line. Ooh. Man, that's close, but from this angle, looks like he's on the white line. Nice call by the official, but a first down. Anyway, for UConn, due to the offsides.
Inbounds if you wear a size 8. But UConn crossing midfield after being deep in their own territory the last couple of drives. Handoff, Edwards muscling forward, and Edwards, the former defensive back, really brings a lot of toughness and grit at that running back position, picks up 4.
I love how Cam Edwards runs the football, always falling forward, turning those 2-yard carries into 5-yard carries. Also seems to get more physical the more touches he gets. As the game goes on, he wears down the defense.
It was funny, his first year here at the beginning, Jim Moore said, I don't know if this kid's going to make it. Had a lot of just focus issues and thought it was really going to be one of those players you've got to stay on, but has blossomed into just one of the toughest players on this team and sets the tone. The quick slant, Gathings, the catch, trying to march forward after taking the contact, and they're going to move the chains for a first down as Jalen Lewis gets the hit and a 6-yard gain.
Great read there by Fignano on the run-pass option. Sees the one-on-one coverage for Gathings, throws it to him with an accurate pass, makes it an easy catch for his receiver, and picks up the first down.
2 tight ends now in the game for UConn. Hansen in the backfield next to Fignano. Edwards is the tailback.
Skylar Bell, 101, top of the screen.
Bell comes down in motion. They're looking at Bell. Bell trying to work the route. Deep cross, Bell, and the pass sails too high. Torrey Richardson on the coverage, but you called it out, partner.
Anytime you get Skylar Bell 101, that's where you want the ball to go to. Great route there by Bell. Showing like he's going vertical, then breaking it across the field. Fignano's got to have an accurate throw there. Give his receiver a chance. That's been the theme today, Jordan. Let your players make plays. You can't overthrow them.
The 2 hands of the helmet is the universal sign from a quarterback that I messed up on the throw.
You don't want to overthrow Skylar Bell. That's the cardinal sin of a quarterback.
Fignano's been accurate on a lot of those deep throws. 10 touchdowns and just 1 interception through the air this season. 2nd and 10. And finally another opening for Darrell Robinson. And you're starting to see more of these holes generate for this offensive line.
Yeah, love the play design here to get some extra lead blockers. Watch Cam Edwards lead block here. Then they're going to give Robinson the ball behind him. When it's not working, add an extra blocker in the scheme. Gives Robinson a place to go and pick up a few yards.
A late flag came in well after the play, so we'll get an official ruling on that. Penalties starting to stack up here in the second quarter.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 21. 15-yard penalty results in the first down.
Big penalty against Jalen Lewis after the play. And Lewis is trying to mix it up with any UConn player he could find in that huddle for a second.
You know, Temple's leading this game on the road, underdogs. The way you lose is make mistakes like that. Have big penalties, turn the football over. Temple has to control themselves here. Can't have penalties like that.
Mel Brown motions out of the backfield. Quick strike to the tight end, Lewis Hansen, and now you feel Fignano starting to get into rhythm after the 7-yard completion.
Love getting the tight end involved. Hansen's a former 4-star recruit. Had offers from everywhere in the country. Has a lot of talent, another playmaker for Fignano to go to. And here in the red zone, this is where Fignano likes to look at those tight ends, the big 6'4", 6'5" targets.
And this is where UConn feels like they can get a lot better. Just 11 of 18 touchdowns in the red zone. And now you have a chance to think about the clock. Under 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Fignano keeps it. Fignano trying to shake a couple of defenders. Wisely goes down. And Temple doing an excellent job of reading that. Andreas Keaton again in on the stop.
Nice play by Taekwon King. Watch him right here. Read this out the entire way. Doesn't get fooled with the fake handoff. Sees Fignano pull it. Right here, King is going to see the fake here. Stay home. Disciplined play by the veteran linebacker. Stays on the quarterback. Nice play by number 10.
3rd and 3 for UConn. Fignano pitches it to the outside. Edwards finds his opening and dives forward for the first down. So they keep the chains moving, keep this drive alive. Clock is churning down as the 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside for a moment after UConn, showing a little bit more grit on the ground, gets another first down.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, a landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. More goes into it, so you get more out of it.
I'm not alone on this mountain. I've got friends, family, and teammates. Got some doubters too. That's okay. Don't let the world tell you who you are.
Ain't no secret in staying in your prime. You just gotta want it, baby. Eating almonds can help you recover from exercise. Fellas, get after it. So eat your almonds. Own your pride.
Personalized financial advice from Ameriprise can do more than help you reach your goals.
I can make this work.
It can help you reach them with confidence. No wonder more than 9 out of 10 of our clients are likely to recommend us. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about.
Military veteran and USAA member Sam Elliott. I'm Gronk, your new roommate.
Roommate?
Mm-hmm. Wow. I've been trying to join USAA for years.
Gronk, you know it's for the military community and their families.
I know I can't join, but I could live in your house and ride in your truck, both USAA insured. Roomie?
Roomie. USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
Coming up, Ram Trucks halftime report. Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, and Cardale Jones will break down this game and get you caught up around the rest of college football. It's all coming up on the Ram Trucks halftime report. 1st and goal for UConn. Looking at just the 3 points they have in the first half, you have to tip your hat to the Temple defense and what this defensive line's been able to do. We mentioned it, UConn just 11 of 18 on touchdowns in the red zone this season. Empty formation, Fignano slips it to the sideline. Sheffield, the catch, brings the ball down to the 6-yard line.
Nice quick throw there by Fignano, right on the money to Sheffield. Putting themselves in a better spot now around the 5-yard line. This is where your full playbook on these goal line plays comes into fruition. You can call anything. Fade ball to Skylar Bell. You can get your receivers involved, get your running backs on the edge. Got Skylar Bell is going to have one-on-one coverage.
2 tight ends, Hansen and Honig. We've seen Honig have a couple of touchdowns in this area on the year. Fignano fakes it, slips it out. Bell can't handle it. Another pass slightly off target. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 6.
Really nice play design to bring Skylar Bell in motion, get him in the flat. This is a touchdown if it's completed. And Jordan, that's a ball Skylar Bell has to catch. It's a little bit high, but you got to bring that in and then break a tackle to get in the end zone if you're Skylar Bell and you want to be an elite receiver.
It's essentially a situation where they both say, my bad. Fignano wants to put that on the numbers. Bell, you get 2 hands on it, got to catch it.
It's a bad throw and a drop at the same time.
So 3rd and 6. You wonder if UConn's going to think touchdown only if this is 2-down territory. Gaithing's in motion. Fignano rolling out of the pocket again. Fignano on the run, delivers it well out of bounds. And now 4th and goal from the 6 as the Temple defense able to hold strong, and they're going to bring Chris Freeman out to attempt the field goal.
And this has been the struggle all year long for UConn's offense. Have to score touchdowns when you're in the red zone. 2nd time today they've been in the red zone. Temple defense has hung strong. Really nice coverage there by Jalen Lewis and the Temple defensive backs to force the field goal.
Freeman to kick. Connor Stutz to hold, and the snapper is Zach Christinet. 24 yards. And it's good. So the streak continues for Chris Freeman. 8 straight field goals. But the issue, as you said, it's field goals, not touchdowns. And that's been where UConn truly feels this offense can take another step. Let's keep an eye on the American Conference because you've got a couple of heavyweights that are starting to rise to the top. How about Army? They continue to roll 49-7 victory over Tulsa. Navy takes the first leg of the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy Series as they beat Air Force. And then Tulane taking down UAB 71-20. Adam, is that enough points for you?
Man, we love points up here. We're offensive guys. I'll tell you what, Jordan, Army may have one of the best players in the AAC with Bryson Daly, their quarterback. How about Noah Short? They got a lot of skill on this Army team, and they play so disciplined, it's almost impossible to beat them.
And I'm curious, Temple has faced both Army and Navy, and those are very difficult rushing attacks to stop. That's not saying what UConn does is vanilla, but it's a little bit simpler. Does that help prepare Temple when they're facing a team like UConn?
I'd say it almost hurts because you're focusing on such a different offensive system multiple times, and then when you play a normal offense, quote unquote, like UConn, it makes it difficult.
Minute 45 left in this half. Temple with all 3 timeouts remaining, so we might see a little bit of tempo coming here. Forrest Brock got the start. Evan Simon hurt his shoulder in last game's loss to Army.
This 2-minute situation here, the number one thing for Brock, you can't take a sack. No turnovers in this situation. A turnover here, you got the lead. Don't try to do too much. Get your first down, then let things start going a little bit.
Brock flings it to the outside. It's Wright who gets it in space. Wright dashing towards the sideline. McDonald and Brinson in on the tackle. Now loss of 1 for Temple. So on 2nd and 11, you tried to go out to Wright in space. That got snuffed out. We haven't really quite seen a lot of shorter intermediate throws in the middle of the field for Temple. Brock again goes to the outside. That's the Ashton Allen getting it. And Ashton Allen stood up quickly by Brinson. So back-to-back plays. We're trying to go to the receiver on the outside, and they don't have any blockers or any space to run.
Yeah, this is 2 inaccurate throws in a row from Forrest Brock here on the perimeter. Have to complete these passes, make it more accurate where then your receiver can run after the catch.
Well, here's what's interesting, because it's an obvious passing situation on 3rd and 12. UConn has all 3 timeouts. They might get some decent field position.
Incomplete pass. Please reset the game clock to 1:38.
So that adds 15 seconds, the incomplete pass, to the clock. This is a situation for Temple where your aggressiveness is kind of backfired potentially.
And for Forrest Brock right here on 3rd down and 12, you have the lead. I'm calling a touchdown or check down type play right here. More turnovers happen on 3rd and long than any other down distance in football. You can't turn the football over here. So either run the football, give it back to UConn, or give him an easy read where it's either a touchdown or a check down and not a turnover.
You have to assume the goal is just to keep the clock running in this situation if you can't get a first down. Changing cadence, try to reveal what this UConn defense is doing. They check out of it. And that's going to be a timeout for Temple as the play clock was winding down. So the chess match it's a bit of a stalemate there on a critical 3rd and 12.
30-second timeout.
Defensively, what is UConn thinking here on 3rd and 12 when you want to try and get the ball back to your offense?
For UConn, it's bringing pressure. They showed a pressure look right there. Looked like they were going to bring the corner blitz. That's when Forrest Brock saw it, checked out of it, ended up taking too much time and called the timeout. But for UConn, you are thinking turnover right here. Can Langston Hardy, can your corners, can your safeties blitz one of them, get to the quarterback, force a turnover?
And staring at 3rd and 12 of your Temple, are you trying to be aggressive to pick up this first down to give yourself an opportunity to score? You have the 1-point lead on the road. You've lost 16 straight games on the road. Or you just try to get UConn to burn one of those timeouts?
I'm playing this conservative right here with the lead on the road, not even close to midfield right now. I'm handing this football off or throwing it on the perimeter, making sure we don't turn it over. Forrest Brock cannot throw an interception here.
We'll see what defensive coordinator Matt Brock was possibly dialing up during that timeout. Right motions to the opposite side of the formation. Brock trying to identify where the rush is coming from. They bring 4. Brock to the outside. It's right. Tackled inbounds. So the clock will run. Stan Cross in on the hit.
Looked like they rolled him out of bounds there, Jordan.
Let's take one more look where this knee hits, because it felt like right.
Yeah, it looked like in bounds. Got the ball at the perimeter.
And if it is out of bounds, that helps UConn greatly.
Yeah, UConn would have had to take a timeout there, but they rule him out of bounds. And it looks to me like he was in bounds, but now UConn's going to have 3 timeouts.
So Sheffield back to receive. He's set up at the 36-yard line. Important punt here for Atten. It's a short line drive, end over end, that checks up at the 33-yard line. So UConn will have 1:25 and all 3 timeouts, and will start this drive from their own 33. So UConn's running backs, we talked about how dynamic they've been. They've really been held at bay as you see the numbers compared to what they had coming into this game.
And a big reason why is because Temple shut down the outside zone stretch play with those great defensive ends they have. Mel Brown's the guy, though, Jordan, get him the ball in space, some perimeter type throws, let him run around here a little bit, try to make some guys miss on the perimeter. And here, with 3 timeouts, run game's still an option right now. You don't have to throw the football.
Robinson is the tailback. Fignano will go ahead and step forward, finds a little bit of space. Fignano diving forward. Taekwon King in on the tackle, 4-yard gain. And I say dive as the timeout is called because that's something that Coach Jim Morris stressed with his quarterbacks.
17. And then we'll start on the snap.
Yeah, there's a big trend right now in football of quarterbacks not sliding and actually diving forward, like you just said, to prevent yourself from getting hurt. Because when they slide, a lot of times you see those big hits to the head that we see in the NFL and in college football so much.
1:17 left. UConn all 3 timeouts. Robinson gets the carry. Robinson dancing into the second level. Picks up the first down. 11 yards for him on the ground.
I love the call to run the football there on 2nd down and medium. Run game's still alive. You got the offensive line to run it. Don't panic. Run game's still alive.
Number 77, Ben Morawski with a nice block there. Fignano rolling to his left. Fignano going to dump it off. And Robinson gets out of bounds. Caton Supernant there to force him out, and they don't have to use a timeout either.
Yeah, getting out of bounds is okay here. You're good with short gains. You're actually okay with some incompletions, too, to stop the clock. UConn still with 3 timeouts, and a clock will stop on a first down until the chains are reset.
58 seconds left. UConn trailing by 1. They've had a pair of field goals. Fignano quickly zips it outside to Lewis Hansen, and that's exactly what you're looking for on this type of drive.
Perfect execution there, the out route to the tight end. Make a good throw like Fignano did right there. Really nice job managing this drive by Fignano so far.
Chris Freeman, they feel comfortable if they can get to about the 35-yard line with his leg. He's made his last 8 straight field goals, but UConn's like to get more than that here.
Man, right now with 3 timeouts, you still got almost a minute left. You're cross midfield. You are thinking touchdown right here if you're UConn. Need to get 7 points on the board.
You go to Robinson again. Robinson, and that is Woodbury that comes right through the line and drives them into the turf.
Yeah, and UConn should take a timeout right here.
Timeout, UConn, they're first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So Vignano, as we said, getting the start. Nick Evers was the starter, but here we talk about the dive versus the slide. Here's the game at Maryland, tries to fall forward and takes a shot to the head, and then last week against Buffalo, this is a situation where he slides, and that's where the shoulder comes in, and that's where Coach Mora has been talking about trying to get the head down first before anything else.
Yeah, sometimes when you're sliding, you're in such a defenseless position. You'd almost rather your quarterback lower his shoulder, protect himself a little bit, and deliver the blow instead of just being in such a vulnerable position sliding.
And with Vignano, they have about 85% of the playbook, Gordon Samus said, but you no longer have that specialty of the designed runs for the quarterback.
That's a great point, Jordan. And in critical moments, this UConn offense has looked at that QB run game, 3rd down and short, 4th down and short. They don't have that anymore, but that's where the running backs, the three-headed monster we talked about, have to step up.
2nd and 11, 49 seconds left. Remember, Temple had the ball with under 2 minutes left, and 3 straight plays, 2 incompletions, and went out of bounds. Flag comes in, Vignano zips it to Edwards, and Woodbury just levels him, and another flag comes sailing in afterwards. And that could be huge for UConn.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Skylar Bell on an illegal shift pre-snap.
Tough first half for Bell. Hasn't been able to connect on some passes with Vignano.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness with targeting. Defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty, 1st down. The previous play is under further review.
So no mention about the first flag that came in.
There was a flag pre-snap that came in as well. And you see the Temple sideline yelling about the pre-snap flag. Take a look at the targeting penalty.
Where is this contact made? It looks like obviously he misses the head of Edwards, but are they going to get him for leading with the crowd?
By both teams. We got personal foul, unnecessary roughness defense. We got illegal motion offense. Those fouls offset will replace 2nd down. The previous play is under further review.
So there's a review for targeting with Woodbury, but the penalties cancel each other out.
Let's take a look at the pre-snap penalty. Here's Skylar Bell. See how he's moving forward before the ball is snapped? Skylar Bell has to stay flat before the ball is snapped here. See how he's kind of leaning forward? That's a good call by the official. That's an illegal shift pre-snap by Skylar Bell. A good job of the officials correcting that mistake there. And then there's the targeting penalty. Edwards is a defenseless receiver there. So any contact to his head or neck area that's forcible would be deemed targeting.
Keep in mind, Woodbury has 4 straight games of 10-plus tackles, trying to set a school record by having 5 straight. And so if this is targeting and he is dejected out of this game here, that's a huge loss for this defense, because we've been calling Woodbury's name every single time he's been getting into the backfield. But in this situation, was Edwards defenseless, though?
Yeah, from this angle up here, Jordan, it looked like he was defenseless, trying to catch the football.
And is this shoulder pad that comes in first also? If you look at it in real time, it just felt like a bang-bang play here, Adam, where, listen, you've been on the other end of that. You maybe drop a pass or sails over your head, and defender comes in hot, sends you to your keister.
At the further review, there is no targeting. Number 0 may remain in the game. The fouls will offset. It will be 2nd down at the 43-yard line, UConn.
And the tension is released for Woodbury.
Yeah, because it was a defenseless receiver, the contact has to be to the head or neck area. It looked like it was to the chest there, so nice job of the officials getting it right, and Woodbury stays in the game.
Keep in mind that pre-shift penalty, a very minor one to offset, would have been a 15-yard penalty. So we'll replay 2nd and 11.
Skylar Bell in the slot.
It's Edwards and Sheffield in the backfield. Sheffield motions out. Fignano rolling, takes a hit, and sails it over the head of Edwards, and Fignano gets right back on his feet as DeJuan Black met him face to face.
Man, DeJuan Black with another phenomenal play, getting in the backfield, showing the athleticism to get in the face of Fignano, and it's going to force a 3rd down and long where, again, these pass rushers for Temple can really get after the quarterback, and Black goes right to it.
Fignano hasn't really been able to establish much rhythm in this half. Came into this game 10 touchdowns and 1 interception, but it's been that defensive front for Temple that has stopped the rushing attack and has brought the pressure. This time on target to Edwards. Edwards dashing for the 1st down marker and out of bounds. Mission accomplished. 12 yards on the gain and a rare 3rd down conversion for UConn.
And when you need a 1st down, get the ball to your running back, Cam Edwards. Love how they start him in the backfield, then run the out route from that running back spot. Getting them one-on-one with a linebacker, not a matchup that any linebacker is going to win.
Ball's on the 31. So UConn feels rather comfortable with Freeman attempting a kick from here, but would love to get some more yardage. Edwards motions out. Fignano eyeing down the field, finds Hansen as tight end. Quick little catch and completion, and UConn will call the timeout. 30 seconds remaining, 5-yard gain.
UConn, they're second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Hansen, one of the many Big Ten transfers on this UConn team, as well as Freeman the kicker, Skylar Bell, Nick Evers. Today's transfer portal, you can find talent, you can find experience, but Hansen coming from Michigan, Freeman from Indiana, Bell and Evers from Wisconsin, as we said, and TJ Sheffield from Purdue. And these are a lot of players here that were maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th string, weren't getting a lot of run at their schools, now can come here and be instant contributors.
We talked to Jim Moore about just the evaluation part of finding players in the transfer portal. It's such a quick process. You got to call the guy. He's making a decision in 3 days sometimes before he decides where he's transferring. So finding guys who love football, who maybe the coaches recruited in the past to come back to UConn, it's been really successful for Jim Mora and his staff.
Nowadays, if you're a guy's second choice, you almost don't sweat that because you know there's an opportunity possibly. 2nd and 5 for Fignano. Edwards still the back. Fignano trying to sort out some traffic. Sheffield comes back to the ball and makes a remarkable snag. 16 yards, Jalen Lewis trying to defend.
What a catch by TJ Sheffield. Watch him adjust to the football here. It's a back shoulder throw, tracking the ball in the air, and then using his body to shield the defender. That is a big-time play by TJ Sheffield.
25 seconds left in the half, 1 timeout remaining for UConn. You figure a couple of shots in the end zone coming up.
Yeah, got to get the ball in the end zone here. Cannot leave with 3 points. That would feel like, even though they take the lead, that would feel like a momentum giver to Temple. Got to find a way to get in the end zone. Find Skylar Bell, number 1 your receiver. They got him in the slot in a one-on-one matchup.
They fake the handoff to Brown. Fignano just has to try and run and throws it away to avoid taking the sack. Temple will receive the second half kickoff, so really a sense of urgency for UConn to get something here.
Looked like a broken play here. There's actually no receiver to the right running a route, but Fignano pulls that like it was a pass play.
Trey Thomas again getting into the backfield, pestering Fignano. This is the most uncomfortable these quarterbacks have looked for UConn over the last handful of games. As we mentioned, this athletic defensive front for Temple, winning a lot of these one-on-one battles at the line of scrimmage.
Gordon Samus needs to call his best play call for this middle of the red zone situation. He's got 3 receivers, actually 4 now, 5 to the same side, shifting the running back.
Fignano escapes the clutches of the defense, throws it back, and hits the backside of Chase Lunt. Was trying to go to Mel Brown. That ball is still bouncing around. There's a lot to sort out here because they were trying to do the late throwback screen to Brown. It was set up, but off target, and now DeJuan Black is on the field.
3rd down. Please set the game clock for 15 seconds.
Looks to be cramping for DeJuan Black as they crank on that toe, but is this a forward pass?
Yeah, let's see if this forward pass right here. Yeah, it's a forward pass. Yep. Clearly a forward pass, but it's a good play design by Samus. He puts all his receivers, goes unbalanced, and tries to throw back to the right side of the field to his running back. But Temple stayed disciplined, stayed home.
That's a long throw. The footwork is unique on that throw.